Hey everybody, my name is Matthew Sambanis. I'm a certified public accountant. My firm is in Long Island, New York, and in today's video we are going to discuss Joe Biden's new plan after the Supreme Court previously struck it down to forgive student loan debt for up to 20 to 30 million people, or partial forgiveness. On this channel, we discuss economics, finance, making money, things of that nature. So if you're into that, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It means the world to me. And, I would call this more of a scheme to buy votes than a plan, but I got to say it's pretty smart. And because I'm saying it's pretty smart, I don't think it's Joe Biden behind it, because Joe Biden, with all due respect, sadly doesn't know what planet he's on. He's senile, he's old, he's frail, and thankfully he's going to be gone soon. And, whether we have Kamala replace him or Trump replace him, anything's better than having, a human corpse in the White House. And by the way, please let me know what you think. Do you think do you think Trump is going to win, or do you think Kamala is going to win? And after discussing, who qualifies for it, we're also going to discuss the implications of this, and whether or not I think it's going to go through. So this should be a pretty short video today. And again, leave a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. And, do you think student loans should be forgiven for that matter? Is it right to have somebody else pay off your debt? So anyway, these four groups of borrowers will qualify for Biden's next round of student loan forgiveness. The Biden administration is expected to move to forgive the student debt of tens of millions of borrowers as soon as October. So it's August. What's the date? August 6th today. These are the four groups that may benefit from partial or full debt relief if the plan survives the next round of legal challenges. Borrowers who owe more than at start of repayment, right? So in other words, those who hold direct or further education department held loans and have a current balance greater when they entered repayment may be able to get up to $20,000 forgiven, according to the Department of Education guidance. The amount of relief they will receive will depend on, in part, how much their balance has grown. Let's put this in layman terms, right? How do you owe more than at the start of the repayment, right? So if I have a $20,000 loan, now I owe $25,000 on it. What does that mean? That means I didn't pay it. So I understand some people can't pay it, but you're rewarding, with all due respect, and I don't give you much respect, deadbeats, right? If you take out a loan, in my opinion, you should pay it back. That's just my opinion. What's yours? Anyway, single individuals enrolled in income-driven repayment plans who earn less than $120,000. So imagine this: you're earning six figures a year, and somebody comes along and forgives up to $20,000 of your debt that you took out that you chose not to repay for the last 20 years. That's completely asinine, in my opinion. Then they have a vague general second group, those who are already eligible for relief. So their definition of this is that they're going to forgive the debt of the many borrowers who are eligible for relief but either have not enrolled in the right program or have not applied for the aid yet. Again, another story for another day. People who have been paying for many years. This is a third group, by the way. Another vague generality, nothing honed in, but we're going to go through it. If you have only undergraduate student loans and entered repayment on or before July 1st, 2005, you will likely be eligible for the aid. For those with just graduate loans or a mix of graduate and graduate debt, repayment must have begun on or before July 1st, 2000, according to the Department of Education guidance. So, again, if you've been paying your student loans forever, again, that's also on you. And the other thing, by the way, you actually get it right off up to $2,500 for student loan interest that you paid. So, you took out a debt, you got the benefit of going to school for it, and, you got tax write-off for years, assuming you were making the payments, and obviously you didn't. Then you're getting basically free income, which is completely asinine in my opinion, and you can obviously tell how I feel. But anyway, the fourth one I actually happen to agree with: attendees of troubled schools. So in the fall, the Department of Education will also likely try to cancel some or all of the debt of those borrowers who attended schools that lost their eligibility for federal funding, suddenly closed, or provided low financial value, the agency said. And, there's a school on Long Island. My friend went there. I live on Long Island. Obviously, that's where my firm is. It's where I live. And, they closed down, and it was the equivalent of a deadbeat school, to put it nicely. And, having a college degree from there means absolutely nothing. And, of course, at the time when he went, it was actually a well-respected school. Now it's not worth anything. The degree is not worth anything. And not only that, they're closed down. He can't even get his college records. So if he wanted to go to school and, get a master's degree or a doctorate degree and build on his 4-year degree, he can't even do that. The courses that he took aren't even known anymore. So that's, a serious issue as well. So anyway, moving along, the Biden administration is sending out emails. Let's call that bribes, right? Let's call it what it is. We have an election coming up in November. And, the same day the Supreme Court blocked President Joe Biden's first attempt at sweeping student loan forgiveness, Biden announced that the White House would try to deliver the relief in another way. And it's not Biden because, as we know, unless you're delusional, Biden is not with us. And last month, I did a video on that. Actually, 2 federal judges who were appointed by Barack Obama, shot down Joe Biden's other forgiveness loan plans. So, whoever's doing this is obviously very persistent. Frankly, they belong in jail. I don't know how they're in the government. I don't know how they're able to spearhead this, but they belong in jail. And, when could I see the relief, right? So, and this is where it's absolutely genius. The Education Department is expected to publish its final rule on the debt relief sometime in October, right? So, hey, go vote for me, the Democrats, in November, and you're going to probably get some free college write-offs. Now, it's not fair to other people who paid off their student loan debts. It's not fair to people who didn't even go to college at all. And it's not fair to the everyday taxpayer. So anyway, once that happens, it will likely move to cancel people's loans quickly to get ahead of lawsuits, said Luke Herning, an assistant professor of law at the University of Alabama. It is often harder to undo something rather than prevent it being done, both administratively and legally, Herning said. So, yet opponents of the relief may already be prepared to fight, said higher education expert Mark Kantrowitz. I hope they are. To me, this is absolutely wrong, and I'm also going to tell you what my end result belief will be. But anyway, moving along, most likely a lawsuit will be filed the day the rule is final. Temporary injunction to prevent the Biden administration from forgiving loans while the legal battle plays out. In the case, borrowers may be stuck waiting for news on the relief for months or longer. Of course, if you vote for the Republican president or candidate, whatever, you're not going to get this. So you get 20 to 30 million people vote for you in the form of bribes. And, listen, by that point, if it's denied, the 3rd, 4th, 5th lawsuit loses after the Supreme Court struck it down. Basically, too bad, you cast your vote and you deserve, to lose, with all due respect. And, as a side note, I'm a CPA, I'm an accountant, and, this is me just being some dude on the internet talking, sharing my feelings with you. And I hope you share your feelings and thoughts with me in the comments below. Student loan forgiveness is federally tax-free through 2025 due to a provision from the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. However, some borrowers could still see a state tax bill. So anyway, what do I think is going to happen here? This is going to get shut down. And by the time it gets shut down, the election will be over. And, whoever wins at that point either is not going to get it approved, or, if it's the side that's saying they're going to get it done, even if it gets shut down, they don't care because, hey, they're elected president, right? Anyway, I hope you found this video informative and helpful. And, listen, if the roles were reversed and somebody forgave $20,000, $30,000 of debt that I had, I'd probably, I would do jumping jacks, right? I'd do a backflip or two. So I understand wanting it. It just is not morally or ethically right, in my opinion. And like I said, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great night.